envision your daily routine?
Yeah, having been mayor previously, I can tell you that um a routine isn't really possible because every day is a little bit different, and every day there's different needs. Um, Oftentimes I found that, at least for me, the day was filled with messages on Vibe from different citizens, and I got different emails as well, which I always encourage. Though I do intend to introduce a new way for people to reach out to the mayor's office as well, if I become mayor. So stay tuned for that if it happens. Other than that, I go about my business working on new laws or changes based on everyone's feedback. Um, hopefully, you know, hopefully there'll be more going on around that instead of some of the behind the scenes foundation work I had to do before. But yeah, that's basically how I tackle it.
Fantastic. Any rebuttals from either of you?
Negative.
I would like to know Nico's skincare routine.
Again,
My
that's not a
skincare routine.
rebuttal, that's a question. But I'll allow it if Nico wants to answer.
Yeah, I mean, I wash my face every day, and
It looks like it's
sometimes my wife puts like lotion and stuff on my face, but that's about it.
cute. I'm satisfied with that rebuttal answer.
Okay, again, wasn't a rebuttal, but we'll.
It was a good question. Good question.
Yeah, we'll
Thank
go
you,
on to the.
Nico. I'm glad I'm
You're welcome.
appreciated somewhere.
Always.
You done?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Okay, just making sure. The next question is, what is a strategy or mindset that you intend to use in this position, Lizzie?
Is it me first?
Yep. Again,
Okay,
you're getting
sick.
first. Yep.
Okay. One thing, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but like my brain is so big and it's always working. Even when I'm like asleep or something. One thing that I really love is manifestation. I definitely think that you can speak things into existence. And if you're positive about things, the only thing that can come back to you is positivity. Even if things are like a little bit tough or something, you can remain happy and upbeat, and that will carry you through the hard times. I think it's definitely a lesson that everyone can learn. There's so much negativity at the moment, and not just here, but on Vibe as well. There's a lot of things that drag me down, a lot of things that drag like everybody down. So yeah, I think talking about yourself, talking about things really positively, is something that I do on a day-to-day basis. And I actually think that we should do some now. So I think everybody in the room here, and if you're on at home, like on the live stream, this is my favorite manifestation at the moment. So you just repeat this to yourself. So I'll say it and then you say it back to me, okay? My soul is ready to live the life of my dreams.
My soul is ready to live the life of my dreams.
Oh my god, doesn't that feel so good? And if you just keep saying it, like that's gonna come true. It just has to.
I love the positivity.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Nico, what strategy or mindset do you intend to use?
Yeah, well, mine's a little bit different, but I have a few strategies to stay on top of things. Um, First, I use a daily binder to keep track of meetings as well as a calendar app, just to kind of keep everything organized. And then I also believe in holding like weekly city halls with the citizens, as well as holding meetings with like the police department and the hospital to make sure we're on top of things and everything's looking good in every department. But also, what Lizzie said is very true. Tackling everything with a positive attitude is very important. Make sure you're thinking positive all the time.
I love that.
Yeah, we got two hyper positive candidates up here. Lizzie, how would you say motivated if you become mayor?
I listen to Motivation by Normani like every single day. Literally whenever I leave my apartment, I play it. That's the first thing like I try to listen to every day. It is the greatest hype song in the whole entire world. And have you seen the video as well? She like kicks a basketball into the air and then bounces it off her fat ass, and there's no camera trickery involved. Like she literally films her own stunts. It's incredible. But also I love bullet journaling. And keeping on top of my work that way. I don't really anticipate that I'll lose motivation though, because to be a Met is kind of just like an extension of me anyway. I am literally like the girl boss, right? So that's basically what a mayor is. Like you, both of you as former mayors, you were girl bosses just by being the mayor, even though you were like not a girl. It's a mindset, it's a way of life. So yeah, that's going to be me anyway.
Thank you. Nico, how would you stay motivated?
Yeah, well, I mean, I find it pretty easy to stay motivated in this role because I do love to help people, and I love hearing people out and helping them with issues they face on their day-to-day lives. So, that alone, just seeing people smile after they you know get a resolution to an issue is really what motivates me. And again, not to repeat, but staying positive is a good way to stay motivated.
Fantastic. Lizzie,
Hit
who
me.
is your motivation, or excuse me, who is your inspiration?
As
Jesus.
a UK hun, my total source of inspiration is Princess Diana. She was literally like everything that everyone should aspire to be like. Her growth from the start of her time being like Charles's girlfriend to their like post breakup glow up, and then to just before she died, her very tragic and unfortunate death that was not murder, was literally like the most inspirational thing I've ever seen. She was called Shy Di at the start when she like first got into the public eye. But then to step outside the literal same day that her ex-husband admitted to cheating on her, wearing a stunning, off-the-shoulder, low-cut, figure-hugging, black silk mini dress by Christina Stambolian, like that is literally the life that she deserved. And not only that, but like her charity work, she was a patron to over 100 charities at one point. And that not only was like really cool in itself, but it broke what people thought of the royals. They liked to be us and them, but she really demolished that wall and barrier and bridged the gap between them. She used to put her own safety at risk consistently. She used to walk through minefields in Angola. She also loved to champion the underdog. She was so kind as well, like sitting with HIV patients, sitting with leprosy patients. I didn't even know leprosy was a real thing until she like shined the light on it. I thought it was just made up. Yeah, total girl boss. My complete inspiration.
Well, thank you. Nico, before I ask you the question, I need to get some revenge from last year. This fucking clown. Oh no, it didn't work.
Oh wow.
Quit being rude, you jackass.
What the fuck?
Very good.
He's being rude. Don't make me get security up in here.
Yeah, don't make him do that.
Still the mayor until election closes, damn it.
Anyways, right.
Sorry for the interruption and for my brief outburst. It just brings back a lot of memories being in here, and I happen to have shoes on hand in case another crazy person decides to start yucking them at me. But anyways, back on topic. Nico, who is your inspiration?
I remember getting asked this question the first go around, and it's still the same answer. It's tough to say my biggest inspiration is my mother. She used to run the hospital, take care of tons of people, and help them out. She's always there for me, no matter how down or defeated I feel, and she's always been there to pick me back up. She's always also there to listen to like any troubles or anything I have. She just does this with every person she meets, and I think that's how a lot of people should be. Just be a shoulder for somebody when they're not strong enough to stand on their own. So, she's my biggest inspiration, I'd have to say.
Hey, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. My
Thank
guy.
you.
What? Didn't even do anything.
Lizzie,
Come on.
What am I gonna leave?
what would you say
Yeah.
your
Just
greatest
sitting here being
achievement
good,
is?
man.
Oh,
You didn't just throw that shoe.
okay.
Oh, he threw it at me. He threw the shoe.
Okay,
at
so
me.
let me tell everyone a bit of a story.
I didn't throw
In
it
the
at
summer
you.
of
I was sitting right here.
2017, I just turned
This is my
18,
mind.
and for like a birthday present, my grandparents gave me some money, and there was a new drop of Bottega Veneta handbags, and they're so cute, like they're to die for, and they're so hard to get hold of as well.
Ain't the first
And
time I've been to
the
Asia.
color that I really wanted was wisteria because
You're fine.
that matched my prom
I
dress.
enjoy my show.
And I got up super early and took the train to London all by myself. And I got in the queue and I waited for literally like hours just to get this bag. Anyway, I got inside the store and there was only one left, and it was only in walnut, not wisteria. And I was so devastated because brown does not go with purple. Then I saw a girlie that worked in the shop. So I ran up to her and I was like, oh my God, you have to help me. I need this bag in wisteria. And she ran away and I was like, oh my God, she doesn't want to help me. That's so rude. I'm going to leave a bad TripAdvisor review. I'm going to smoke them on Twitter. Like, what the hell? Anyway, then like a few minutes later, she comes back with the Team Jodie bag in wisteria with a dust bag. And it was the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in public. Thank you.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Should I get my cigarette? I'm gonna need it after this.
Nico, what is your greatest achievement?
I feel like that's a tough question because I've accomplished a lot in my life, but there's a lot that I'm proud of.
Hope he says his
I would
kids.
say that one of my greatest achievements, besides my kids, which I love very dearly, is becoming a business owner was something I've always wanted to do, and it's something I've always dreamed of. And so to be able to open up Luchetti's and be able to keep it open and have such a large fan base that we do now, it's it warms my heart, and it's one of my wildest dreams come true. So that would be my personal biggest achievement.
Hashtag girl boss.
On Gizzy.
What is on Gizzy?
Oh, that means oh God.
I thought it was part of the
Oh.
chicken.
That's a
That's a gizzard.
gizzard, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, different.
gotcha.
So on Gizzy
Don't
is the
worry,
same as
Dan.
on God.
Yeah, you know how like Cap is like Kizzy? No Kizzy.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
new thing is like on Gizzy.
Oh, so do you say like on Gizzy on God, or is it just on Gizzy?
Just say on Gizzy. You can say on Gizzy on
Gizzy,
God if you want to.
Okay.
See, educating people, that's what I'm here for.
Awesome.
You're so welcome.
Lizzie,
Yes.
sorry.
Okay, sorry.
This job will come with quite a bit of criticism. Some of it, on point, some of it kind of out of pocket. How will you handle that?
I think anyone just has to have a pair of eyes to see that I'm already experiencing a lot of hate. Some of it, as you say, is on point, and a lot of it, most of it, is completely out of pocket. Like it's made like a woman's skirt. Like there's just no pockets there. I've also had a couple of assassination attempts. Someone took me to the top of Mount Chiliad, and it was a very scary experience. But honestly, like, people can hate me for who I am all they like. I'm really happy with who I am. I'm in a place where I don't feel like I have to answer to anybody about who I am. I know who I am. I like who I am. But that doesn't mean people can't criticize what I do as mayor. But I think the thing is it's how you let that criticism come to you. So I don't want people to just rant at me. I'm going to have like a protocol about how you complain. So it's productive for both of us, because I don't want people to just rant at me. Like, that's boring for both of us. It doesn't foster a good community. So, for example, if someone said to me, I hate Lizzie's idea for making the police do yoga once a week to cleanse their auras and realign their chakras. That's boring. That says nothing to me. Instead, what I think they should say is like, the police are already understaffed. Them going off to do yoga once a week is taking them off the streets where they're supposed to keep us safe.
30 seconds.
So I think it's clear from that what the complaint is. And therefore, I can come back to you and be like, well, actually, what we're going to do instead is have multiple sessions throughout the week that are with smaller groups of officers, so that not as many of them are taken off the streets at one time. So basically, it's just an easier and better way for everybody to complain about things. On Gizzy.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Nico,
Yeah.
same question. The job comes with quite a bit of criticism. How will you handle that?
Well, personally, I think I handle constructive criticism pretty well. And if it's not constructive, typically I can at least get the conversation started to where it will be, a little more constructive. I can kind of guide it that direction. My thoughts are, how can we really better ourselves without having an outsider perspective, right? So how can we make this city a better place for everyone if, we don't open our ears and listen to what's going on? And that's my philosophy. So I welcome all constructive criticism.
Awesome. Do either of you have any rebuttals on how the other said that they handle criticism?
I do not.
I'm just using my brain for a second to think.
And that's what brains do.
Do I have any criticism about how Nico takes his criticism?
No, it's a rebuttal.
No, I just think that people are really mean sometimes, and they need to take a pair of scissors and cut the thread that's tightening up their buttholes.
Buttholes.
Unclench, it's fine. I promise you'll be okay.
My dog had a string coming out of his butthole once.
Oh my god, did you have to pull it out?
How'd
Yeah,
that
it
work?
was like, did you ever see those clowns when they do the trick with the scarves that just keep going
Yeah.
and going and going? Yeah, it was kind of like that.
Oh,
That is gross.
Yeah,
that
that'll
does sound like a
show-
bad time.
Yeah, that'll
Was your
show
dog
him
okay?
Yeah, he didn't enjoy it, but it'll
Hmm.
teach him for eating all the string off of a squeaky toy. So lesson
Aw.
learned,
Yeah.
hopefully. All right, this one is for Nico only.
Okay.
Wait, so I'm not answering this one?
You are not, unless your name is Nico, which it is
Oh.
not.
It isn't, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck, Nico.
Thank
So
you.
Nico, well,
Mhm.
this is the point in the debate that I just want to point out that I personally did not. So I'm just here reading off the debate questions. So
Okay.
please don't get angry at me because I've been in
I don't think I could ever be
those
angry at
seats
you.
before. So
Mhm.
that being said, Nico, you have a bit of a reputation as well, I don't think you're a criminal. You can't be a criminal.
No,
to
I
be
have a very
mayor.
clean record.
Yeah. But okay. You have a bit of a reputation as a gang member. How do you
Do I?
answer for this? And will you continue your sordid activities while in office?
That's an interesting question. As far as I know, I don't have any gang ties, but someone can figure that out. Please let me know. But yeah, like you said, I'm not a criminal. I don't have any crimes or anything like that. I have a clean record. I do have kids that are tied to criminal entities, so maybe that's where this is coming from. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
That could
you
be.
know, I do have kids. You know, they're tied to this. In my first term as mayor, you know, I didn't cut them any slack, and you know, if they go to jail, they go to jail. They can't, you know, call up dad and ask for help. It's not how that works. You know, and you know, I still love them very much. You know, no hard feelings, but as mayor, I have to do what's best for the city, and if you know they commit crime, they got to go to jail and pay for it.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Lizzie, kind of along the same lines,
Okay.
but you have a bit of a reputation as being superficial. How do you answer for this? And how do Lucidians know you won't move on to something that you feel is more prestigious than mayor? Especially now that there's a new opening for queen.
Well, Dan, I don't know if you know about the concept of a monarchy, but the whole point is that they're like born into it. So I couldn't just become queen. As much as I love that, and as much as I absolutely would leave Lucid to become the actual queen, that isn't how it works. But I think what you're referring to is like before, like I left and then I came back, and that's probably why a lot of people don't know me, and that's probably why a lot of people don't like me. But I think the thing is that actually could show like how I am actually a really committed person. The reason that I left, some people know this, some people don't, but I was offered a 3-month contract for a really respected research facility in the UK, and I just had to do it. I spoke to Theodore about my job, and it was fine. Like I could leave. I left to devote myself to something, and then when that was finished, I came back. So that just proves that I am very committed, very dedicated, I think. Okay, the other part of your question, okay. If by superficial you mean that I care about appearances and a lot of things that people might deem insignificant, then yes, you are correct. The allegations are true. I am absolutely superficial. There are many things that are important to me. Other people might find them stupid. That will not waver my decision to it will not waver my decision to be dedicated to them. I don't care what other people think about that. No one else should care what other people think about what they care about either. What you care about is what you care about. That's fine. If by superficial you mean shallow, then you clearly have not seen my very deep, very inspirational posts on Vibe, #girlboss. And that makes me really sad for you because they were really deep and really inspirational.
Again,
Does that answer your question?
it does. But I'd like
Good.
to remind you again that I'm just reading off of this paper.
Oh, so did you not write these questions?
No comment.
Okay.
All right.
No comment. Next
No
question.
comment. Mhm.
Lizzie, why should Lucidians vote for you instead of Nico?
I'm going to be frank. Nico is a has-been. Literally, he has been the mayor. I think sharing is really important, and I think it's nice for some other people to have a go sometimes, especially if the other person is me. My ideas are so cute, so interesting, so fresh, and I think there'll be something in that for everybody. I think if you want something different, if you want something fun, if you want something unique, charismatic, then vote for me.
All right. Nico, why should the Lucidians vote for you instead of Lizzie?
Well, to be honest with you, I think we're both pretty good candidates. But you know, I do believe that the citizens should, you know, vote for who they feel best fits their interest and their beliefs, right? You know, if she has policies that best fit you as a person, then you should vote for Lizzie. You know, I have policies that best fit you. You should definitely vote for me, and you know, it'll be a good time. But yeah, I may not be the candidate for some people, and Lizzie may be. But I guess if you had to vote for me, I'm always here. I'm always around. I'm always, I always have an open ear for everybody. So um, that's something that I can provide.
Thank you, Nico.
Mhm.
Lizzie, who is the most handsome or beautiful Lucidian in your opinion?
Hmm. The definition of beauty, honestly, is like way beyond just what you like. The king of writing, Roald Dahl, he said a really like nice quote that I always think about. He said, if a person has ugly thoughts, it begins to show on their face. But if a person has good thoughts, they can never be ugly. He said, if you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams, and you will always look lovely. I think that people should carry that with them. I think it's beyond thoughts as well. I think it's actions and the energy that you put out. If you're a hater, then you're not beautiful, and I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. But also, there's so many hot girlies around. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a girlie and been like, ooh. To name a few, I mean, this is totally just off the top of my head. There's a lot I don't know, but I've seen Hannah, Claire, Pepper, Blanca, Stacey as well, Veronica, obviously me as well. So many people.
But
Vito as well.
who's
He's
the
very
prettiest?
handsome. Well, that's. Did you not just listen to me, Dumpster?
I did. But the question is, who is the most pretty?
I don't think that exists. I'll be completely honest with you.
Okay. Nico, same question. Who is the
Yeah,
most
if we're
handsome, beautiful
go ahead.
Lucidian, in your opinion?
So if we're going off my personal preference, I would say my wife is the most beautiful person. I love her very much.
That's an excellent answer to ensure that you don't end up on the couch tonight.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
No, but for real, I love her very much.
That is an acceptable answer. So
Did you want us to say you?
no?
Okay.
That wasn't a trick question.
Dan, you're still
You
gorgeous.
don't know. Yeah, you are very beautiful.
I know. Dump of Love season 1 coming soon.
There you go. I'm here for it.
Plugging.
Yeah, Lizzie.
Yeah.
People in the audience and listeners on the stream realize that we have not touched on policy as of yet. So now we'll jump into policy. Lizzie, what is the platform you are running on?
I've got a lot of ideas, and honestly, I think all of them are good. I don't think I've got a single bad one. Like I mentioned earlier, police yoga every week. I think the police really need to recenter themselves, realign their chakras, sort themselves out. I think yoga is the perfect opportunity to do that. I also mentioned earlier outfit checks. I don't want to be the leader of a city of ugly people, so I will be checking people's outfits to make sure that everyone looks as hot as they can be. And I will refer back to what I just said. Hotness is a state of mind. Beauty comes from within. But also you want to look your best. It'll be a collaborative process, don't worry. Collaborative by me and myself. Thirdly, pink paper. All legal documents, all official documents from the government have to be printed on pink paper. People don't really like to read these things. They're boring, they're long. Pink paper will just elevate it. It will make it so much better. How many did I just get? 3?
I think that was 4.
Okay. Pet checks. If you own a pet, I'm going to start a pet registry. You have to tell me if you have a pet, and I'll have to do like welfare checks on your pet so that you're not mistreating it, making sure that it gets walked every day. And if you don't look after your pet, the charges will be worse than terrorism. I will decrease the speed limit. Nothing is ever that important to be going that fast. Okay, yeah.
All right. Nico, same question. What is the
Mhm.
platform you are running on?
Yeah, I've got a couple different points to my platform. The biggest one is going to be opening different sectors of the government. This includes the Department of Travel and Tourism, which is, the people making sure new arrivals are aware of upcoming events and get a proper introduction into the city. I've seen a bunch of people on introductions already, so maybe get some of those people that are already doing it into this committee to go ahead and head this. And then I've also got the Departments of Parks and Recreation, which is kind of a city event planning committee. Department of Public Safety, think of like internal affairs for PD. That's going to be primarily their job. A Department of Community Development um, promotes like comprehensive growth and sustainability of the city and its neighborhoods. Neighborhood outreach, ways to improve the community, such stuff like that. And then lastly, the Chamber of Commerce for it's an organization of business owners and entrepreneurs who promote the interests of their local business communities, um, things like that. So that's going to be my big one. Other than that, I have a few plans. I've heard from several people that they want to see more PD community outreach with the civilians. So I would like to be able to foster that growth between PD and the civilians. I've also seen high requests for getting box trucks, whether it's purchase or for rent. So that's going to be something I'm going to push for as well as a city planning committee, which you kind of had going already, Dan, with your com committee. So similar concept there.
Yeah, can't forget the comp committee.
No, definitely not. Very important.
Yeah.
Did you just say come?
No, community organizing mayoral events, com committee.
Yeah.
That's kind of cute, actually.
Right? I thought of it
It
myself.
is. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a? Well, this is embarrassing.
What's it?
Were we not going to take questions from Vibe?
Don't know.
Questions from the people in here first. They fucking paid to be here.
Okay. We're gonna ask the audience. Audience members, do you have any questions? If you do, please raise your hand. All right. You in the pink. What is your question? You may approach the bench. Just
How,
don't
how
block
close do you want me?
What are we, a jury, a judge, or whatever?
Just don't
Yeah,
block
how
the
close do you want
camera.
me?
That
Okay.
should be good.
Okay. So I have two questions. My first is, well, I think they're both going to be directed at Lizzie, but Lizzie, there has been speculation about one of your policies that you didn't touch on, where men are going to be required to pay women. Can you just touch on that for me really quickly? And then I have a follow-up.
Okay. Do you want me to answer that one first, or the?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, that is definitely one of my policies, although not strictly that verbatim. I think that the girlies deserve so much, and one of the things that we can do to start that is nice gifts for them. So that could be money, that could be buying their food in Lucetti's or whatever. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so then the question that I have to follow up on that would be, in regards to this policy that men shall pay women money and with gifts, how is this not inherently sexist and blatantly rude?
Because the girlies deserve it.
For doing what?
For being girlies. No further questions. Thank you.
You can't just say no further questions. So.
I mean,
I can. Thank you.
she kind of can. That's the. I think that's the end of her answer. Do you have a follow-up question, Blanca?
I'll direct it to Nico. Nico, would you care to rebuttal anything against this policy and what steps you would take in regards to that?
It's not a policy I would endorse personally. Just because I don't think you should be taxing somebody based on their gender. Like you said, it's a bit on the side of sexist. So personally, it's not something I would do, and I wouldn't act upon. Um, I don't know if that answers your full question.
Yep. And then, sorry, just one more thing really quickly. Nico, as a male, if this policy were to be in effect, how would that make you feel?
That's a good question.
Block of a moderator, eh?
I think that would make me feel some sort of way. I can't describe how it would make me feel. I think it would feel weird to have to pay a tax just for being a man. I think that would be strange for me.
Yep. No further questions. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Blanca. Yes, sir. You in the tie.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can.
Hello, hello. I got a question for each of you. I'll start with you, Nico.
Okay.
I feel the city has certain issues with mental health. Do you have any policies in place to help people get the help they need?
You know, that's a great question. Last time I was mayor, we tried to get more people working at the hospital for that. We accomplished it for a while, but it seems like we had a kind of a massive fallout from the hospital. So that is definitely something I want to take a look at with Richie and his crew to see if it's something we can focus in more on. Because like you said, mental health has been declining a bit around here. Even my own, I think. You know, there's been some negativity quite a bit around lately, so that would be something good to focus on. Thank you for bringing that up.
Hey, wonderful. And I'll ask you the same question, Miss Lizzie.
Yeah, mental health is super important. Myself, after being the target of a very vicious vibe campaign from a variety of people, I know myself how much actually words can hurt you. And my full support is there for everybody who finds themselves on the receiving end of this. I think that the most important thing is keeping each other, the communication open. So when you're feeling low, that it's not just like a scary thing that you have to go to the hospital and like talk to somebody about it. You can talk to each other, and then it's not just being able to talk to each other about it, it's being able to know what to do if someone talks to you about it. Yeah, so I think that a lot of time and energy should go into things such as the hospital and things like that, but also educating normal civilians every day just on how to be nicer to each other, because people don't seem to realize how to do that. Does that answer your question?
It does, and you'll touching based on the vibe campaign you were talking about and people being nice. Do you want to speak to the post that was dug up at your time at Weasel News?
That has been sorted out. If anybody who is involved wants to talk to me about that, no one has so far, so I'm surprised that they would bring it up without, they shot me in the face twice instead of talking to me. And I think when you choose violence over words, that says a lot about you.
So you're saying the article was not meant to be homophobic, it was just taken the wrong way by the general public, or?
The article has been, the matter of the article has been sorted out. So if anyone who is directly related to it wants to talk to me about it, then they can.
Okay, I think that is all my questions. Thank you both.
Yeah, just to add on to the mental health, I'm a big proponent of, people, if you're going through something, let me know. I've climbed up on bridges on top of buildings for people just that I don't even know, just to sit and talk with them. And I find it helps. A lot of people just want to sit and talk and work through their thoughts. So if you ever need anything, mayor or not, like, I'm here for you. Just let me know.
Very noble.
And both of you missed an excellent opportunity to make Xanax more easily accessible. But, I'm on the way out. So it's all good. Who in the audience? Is there anyone else? Yes, sir. You with the rabbit ears. Please approach the bench.
Is that an emotional support dog?
Yes.
Oh.
Hello. My name's Vito. I just wanted to ask basically both of you guys a question. We'll start with Nico. What's your thoughts
Yeah.
on the current speed limits within the city? Do you think that they need to be raised or lowered?
So yeah, that's a good question. I've heard, I thought where we were at was pretty good, and then I've heard from people that the speed limit currently is maybe a little too slow. So if I were to become mayor, I'd definitely take a look and see what we can do and maybe raise it a little bit. But I also don't want to go crazy with it, right? We don't need people getting in all sorts of crazy accidents and speeding all over the place. It just creates a dangerous environment. But I've heard people say, hey, we want it raised more. So it's something I'll take a look into if elected, but it's not going to get too crazy.
Okay. And Lizzie, your thoughts on the speed limit?
Yeah, I mentioned earlier I'm going to lower the speed limit. I genuinely don't think that there's anything that could be that important that you need to go fast for. When you go fast, you miss things. You don't see the world around you. Yeah. Obviously, like police and stuff, they can drive fast. That's their job. Yeah, but not for me, thank you.
Okay, and then another question. Since you're unable to purchase energy drinks, what is your thoughts on legalizing cocaine to keep people awake during late shifts?
Me or Nico?
Go with Lizzie first.
Okay. Coffee exists. Doesn't that keep? I mean, to be fair, coffee sometimes disrupts my stomach, and everyone's been there, I think. So I can see why some people don't want that. I don't think legalizing cocaine will be the answer to no energy drinks. I think caffeine can be found in a variety of sources. Natural caffeine, vitamin B6. We could try and incorporate that into something. But yeah, I don't think legalizing cocaine. I think, okay, here's where I stand on the legalization of all drugs. Dan mentioned Xanax. Legalization, not criminalization. Safe. What's the word for when you take drugs?
Recreation.
Consumption.
Yeah, safe consumption zones. That can be really helpful. Does that answer your question, Vito?
From you, yes. What about you, Nico?
Thank you.
Yeah. I was actually thinking the same thing as Lizzie here. Coffee does exist. I would say, supporting your local business is the best option. Lee runs a fantastic business at Bean Machine, so I would recommend paying him a visit.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as cocaine being legalized, I don't think that one's gonna fly. Just in general, like even if Lizzie or I was mayor and we pushed for it, I'm pretty sure judicial would push back real hard about that. So I'm gonna say probably not, and I would work on maybe getting some coffee, and we'll see what else we can get in. Maybe we can get some energy drinks shipped in from overseas or something.
Maybe we could get Lee to start selling laxatives. No, what's the other word for laxatives? The opposite. Stoppers. With the coffee.
I call them food blockers.
Yeah, those. Imodium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for your time. I'm just a little stressed. I'll see you guys later.
See you, Beetle.
Drugs?
Marijuana is legal.
Yeah, marijuana is legal.
Yeah, it's still a drug though.
No, it's not. It's a plant.
Yeah, it is a plant.
Does anyone else in the audience have any questions?
Did that guy with the tie have one?
I just want to see if anyone else had one first. Nico, I'll start with you this time.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to dismantle the program happening at Humane Labs?
Dismantle the program happening at Humane Labs? Are you talking about like the human testing and all that?
Yes, the smushing of babies to make serum to keep our eternal youth.
This is news to me. I didn't know they were doing that. If that is true, I'm gonna launch an investigation into it. And we'll find out the truth. If that is the case, yeah, we'll shut that down. That's fucked
Wonderful.
up. You don't kill babies or
And
serum.
And Miss Lizzie, how you feel about them testing makeup products on poor defenseless little animals?
I'm definitely against that. People say the ends justify the means. Is that how it goes? I definitely disagree. I think there's so many different ways that you can get makeup, high quality makeup, that doesn't hurt animals, and I'm definitely against that. there is some makeup that like you just can't get the quality anywhere else, and I've so bravely given up that makeup just because they test on animals or their parent company tests on animals. It's been so hard, but you know, I've done it and you can too. Thank you.
Does anyone else from the audience have any questions? Yes, sir. You in the chair. Please approach the bench.
I'm not guilty.
Oh, perfect.
I object.
We can all go home.
Hearsay. I have a question for each candidate here. I'd like to start with you, Nico.
Oh my god, is that a spider on your face?
It is.
It's just a
Do you like
tattoo,
it?
it's fine. Oh my god, I was so scared.
So my first question is for you, Nico.
Yes. Okay. Ask away.
What is your name?
What is my name?
Yes.
Nico Sykes.
What is your quest?
To become the mayor.
What is the airspeed of an unladen swallow?
7.
No.
I didn't understand the question.
Okay. Very well.
African or European?
Knots
He gets
or
it.
miles per hour or kilometers per hour.
Is this a
Next
reference
question.
to something?
Yes. Next
Oh,
question is for Lizzie.
Yeah.
Where are you located on the hot crazy matrix?
I mean, right at the end of hot, like the top. And I'd say like 2/3 of the way into crazy.
Acceptable answer. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I still don't get my question.
Yes, Mr. Bunny Ears.
My apologies. I forgot one more statement.
Okay.
Is it a statement or a question?
Well, it's a statement in regards to the question I had about cocaine. Nico said that he doesn't
Yeah.
believe that it should be legalized. Lizzie as well said it shouldn't be legalized. But I have a video footage from across Mile High of Lizzie doing cocaine off of my butt outside of Mile High. And if anybody would like to see that video footage, I will show anybody. Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh my god, can I see that?
Can I see that?
Yes, I can.
Scandalous.
What
love
I
it.
can send it to anybody.
That's
after this is over.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, okay, my statement on this video, I haven't seen it yet, but if you have seen it, let me know if I look hot. Thank you.
And I would like to say this happened like 4 days ago.
Okay. All right. Let me see if we got any vibe questions. I do not see any vibe questions.
We haven't even gotten a single one, have we?
Yeah.
Let me pop onto the.
borderline. Yeah, borderline fucking hate speech going on, but
Hey, you out there at home, get on Vibe right now. It's there waiting for you. It's been there for 15 minutes. Come on, I know you got some questions. What are you doing? Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the frame now.
yeah, everyone's got their vibe fingers going. Why don't you ask some real questions, people? Come on. Okay, looks like we got one from a Nate Hill. I believe it's directed towards Lizzie. Lizzie,
God,
what
okay.
would happen if men didn't pay the tax you want to place on men?
Okay, first of all, can we not call it a tax, because tax is like a thing already. This is separate. I would, okay, you know when you go over the speed limit and you can either go to like get points on your license, or you can go to a class about why speeding is bad. I'm going to put on why hating women is bad. Or okay, maybe not hating women, maybe why girlies are so good.
Yeah, but I guess following up on the question is what is the repercussion of not paying what I have donned the dick tax?
Yeah, you'll have to just keep going to the class. It's going to be great fun. We're going to have some
The bigger the
music.
dick, the more the tax, huh?
Oh, on God,
Something
yeah.
like that.
No, don't worry, guys. You
They're
can have
good.
small peepees. It's fine. Yeah, we're gonna have some Charlie XCX playing, some Normani, all the girlies, Slater, Impetrus, Rina Sawayama, so many. And one of the things is maybe we could like learn a dance to it or something. Does that answer your question?
It does. So if elected and Lizzie passes the dick tax and you do not pay, you will go to a class. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll make it a good time. Like there'll be food and stuff.
We got another question on Vibe.
Cool.
Also related to your dick tax. Where were those, Lizzie? This question's for you. Where would those that identify as they or them fit, as well as other gender fluid individuals?
Okay, girlies is a term beyond gender. It transcends gender. So if you feel like you are a girly, you fit into that mold, or not mold, fit into that category, then you can be a recipient.
So are you saying I could in fact be a girly?
Yeah, being a girly is a state of mind.
So
interesting.
This tax is it misrepresented, and you're essentially taxing non-girlies?
Yeah, I think obviously I only had a small amount of space to write on the little like flyer thing that I gave out in the goodie bags, so I couldn't really like fully explain as I am now doing this to you. So yeah, I think probably.
Okay.
But I'm glad to answer all your questions about it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, another from the audience.
Hello again.
Hi.
I'm gonna ask you the same question. Both of you the same question. I'll start with you, Lizzie.
Okay.
It feels like the city's been a lot safer nowadays with Jack Gray gone. What do you?
Yeah, don't block my shot.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. So yeah, the city seems safer now with Jack Gray gone. What do you plan on doing to keep him away?
I think that is a matter not for me. However, I think the mere idea of a woman being in charge would keep Jack Gray far away from her.
That's a pretty good answer. What about you, Nico?
Well, as you know, I have plans to create a public safety department. So I would want to work with them as well as the police department to make sure that we don't have a situation like that again with any other officers. Because people had a problem with Jack Gray, but who's to say, for example, High Command Proby isn't going to go around and do stuff. So we need to make sure that we're getting proper training for our officers. So I would want to work, like I said, with that department and with the police department themselves to make sure we're getting adequate training for our police officers, and adequate, person to person, relations instead of just, halt, this is the police. I'm going to tase you.
Interesting. And Nico, you said the word departments a lot. Do you plan on opening a lot of departments and hiring civilians into the roles?
Correct. Yes.
That is such a good idea.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Lizzie.
Just gonna go back to Vibe.
Yo, Vito, that's an amazing video.
Don't spoil it.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God,
It's
did he
on
post that
Vibe.
on Vibe?
Yes, it's on
It's
Vibe.
on
If anybody
Vibe.
would like to see.
Oh my God, do I look cute?
Everyone like and smash that subscribe button to
You look
Vito.
you look fashionable in it, Lizzie.
Thank you so much, Vito.
Yeah. We got another question from Vibe. Comes from an Aaron Black. It's for Lizzie. What do men get from this? This, I assume, being the non-girly tax. I have since amended it from being called the dick tax since we got clarification. The question is, what do men get from this? It seems like women will be able to get everything and males get nothing. Your answer.
Yeah. That is all.
Okay. Did I go deaf or did you not answer?
She just said yeah.
Yeah. Just yeah. That is true.
Oh, so the question you're confirming as a true statement?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Another question. This is from Jose Morietti, and it's for Nico. Nico, if you win, will there be a pizza party?
Yes, there will be a pizza party. Yeah. Big pizza party, along with bowling. We got bowling across the street from Lucetti's. Pizza and bowling.
I love that idea.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling through Vibe, and to the anonymous poster that is referring to me calling it the dick tax as transphobic. I would gladly be able to have a conversation.
What's going on
with
Vibe?
you
Jesus, I need to look at this.
If you weren't such a pussy and say it with your real alias. So
would you like me to elaborate? I did not post this anonymously, as you can see I'm sat next to you. But I think I understand what they mean.
I also
Or should we just leave it there?
No, I mean,
okay.
I mean, when I first read this and we had the long conversation with Vito and Weasel, I was very forthright about, you know, gender equality and all that jazz.
Yeah.
And I think part of the, so I'm going to stop with the questions because I'm a little pissed off right now. If I can close my fucking phone. There we go.
There you go.
Lucidians. It seems like a lot of y'all just like talking shit anonymously. And have you ever thought that you just add fuel to the fucking fire because you like stirring the pot rather than addressing actual fucking concerns? Did you ever think about that? We got a bunch of it hasn't been so bad lately, but Jesus, when we were in the swing of things, you guys were a bunch of like fucking trolls with just talking shit nonstop on Vibe. It's got to stop. You know, I hope whoever's the next fucking mayor works with the executives of fucking Vibe so we can find out specifically who posts anonymously and we can air that shit out because frankly, it's getting fucking annoying. So
can I add something to that?
Go for it.
I completely agree with you, but also people be saying things that are like incredibly rude with on their actual accounts. And I think in general, you just need to pause for a second and think, does this positively contribute to the community that I'm trying to build? And if it doesn't, what's the point of saying it? You can say it anonymously, you can say it on your actual account with your name attached to it. All that does is make you look stupid. It's not nice to not be nice. And it costs nothing to be nice. You could just say nothing. That is all.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that interruption, but geez, we're supposed to be a community, and yet we got funny people who like to, you know, like I said, stir the pot not contribute anything
sec.
positively. We're able, so not saying that some of the questions or concerns that you have isn't invalid. It's just fucking, there's constructive ways of having a conversation is all. And just being an asshole on the internets is not the solution. So I'm sorry for kind of stealing some of your guys' spotlight just then.
Oh, you're fine, Dan. You're
but
fine.
Dumpster Dan, you are still the mayor.
yeah,
Exactly, you are.
We're,
You can
we're
still
gonna
whatever
we're
you
gonna
want.
wrap it up for closing statements. So Lizzie, if you would like to give your closing statement, please keep it brief, and then Nico will get a chance.
Okay. I have loved my time campaigning for mayor. I have loved putting my brain, my very large brain, to finding solutions to the city's problems that we've got and how I think that I would best suit them. I really think that they should not call it a campaign. They should call it a camp pleasure. I think that people in the city deserve the best, and obviously I think I'm the best. I'm the best girly. I'd be the cutest girly to be mayor. I think I'd be a very genuine mayor, and I think that we deserve greatness. We deserve hotness, all of us. And I am so excited to be future mayor one day. Thank you.
Thank you, Lizzie. Nico, your closing statement, please.
Yeah, I first want to start out with saying, thank you for all the support from everybody throughout the campaign period. Thank you for, everybody that watched the stream tonight and everybody that showed up. It's helpful to both Lizzie and myself when you do this. Also helpful to Weasel News. As for me, I just want to make sure I can do all that I can, so the city is up to everybody's standards. I believe that I'm the right person for that. And I'm the right person to hear out, your complaints and your ideas and to make them into something tangible. So, lastly, I just want this to be a place for everybody to enjoy and to have fun living here. So I hope you vote for me. Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you, Nico. I want to thank you both for taking the time.
Thank
Theodore,
you.
you want to come into frame and remind the folks about the voting process? Then I think we'll be good.
Hello there. Howdy, Lucidians. Voting will open in approximately 15 minutes down at Town Hall. I just need to run down the block and take care of a thing or two real quick, and then you'll just meet us at Town Hall. If the two candidates would like to join me down there, and we'll form a nice orderly line. If you pull any nonsense, I will tase you with my legal taser. I'll do it.
He will do it.
Yes, he will.
My safe word's pineapple juice.
Well, I want to thank Weasel for putting this on and Theodore for kind of being the ringleader of the election.
Thank you, Dan, for hosting this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dan.
And thank you, Nico, for being a good running partner for me personally.
Thank you, Dan,
You
for
as well,
being a
Liz.
mayor and doing a great job. We appreciate you, Dan.
On Gizzy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Get out and vote. Good night, Lucid.
Woohoo!
Good night.
Good night.
That was fun.